Gobert to the Chicago Bulls. Could this happen? What is going on, y'all? FaizSportsTalk back at it with another video talking, of course, about the Chicago Bulls. So if you're a Bulls fan, make sure you go ahead and you subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and hit that big red subscribe button down below. And go ahead and turn on my post notifications so you're notified every time I drop a new video. And please make sure you guys are following me on all my social media platforms. My Twitter, my Instagram, my TikTok, everything, okay? Make sure you go ahead and do that. With that being said, obviously you guys see the topic, the title of today's video. This isn't clickbait, okay? Yes, there's no NBA on right now, but I do have a potential trade idea for whenever the season resumes because I really do think there is something here. So with that being said, let's get into it. So Rudy Gobert to the Chicago Bulls. Why am I even bringing this up? I mentioned earlier, this is not clickbait, okay? The reason I'm talking about this, guys, is because it's already been reported that the relationship between Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell has really deteriorated to the point of possibly no return, okay? And we all know, obviously, why this happened and where it started from. It was obviously when Rudy Gobert was diagnosed and tested positive with the virus, and then obviously it's assumed that he spread it to Donovan Mitchell, who then thereafter tested positive, though we actually don't know if he got it. I'm talking about Donovan Mitchell from Rudy Gobert. We don't know, but again, that is assumed because Rudy Gobert was the one that was kind of poking fun at, you know, the severity of the virus before he knew obviously how serious it was, and he was, you know, going around. There's that whole video clip of him touching the mics. You guys know what I'm talking about. So obviously you could see how ticked off Donovan Mitchell was, and for good reason. You're endangering somebody's health and their well-being, and that's obviously nothing to joke about or even, you know, take lightly. And so their relationship has really been, you know, on thin ice since that. And so there's been reports now that the Jazz could possibly look to move Rudy Gobert if they can't repair this relationship. And again, could they repair it? I'm sure, you know, there's a possibility there. But here's the thing, man. Once that trust is lost, ooh, it is tough. It is tough to get that back. And I'm just not quite sure it will ever get back to the way it was, which is why I bring up the Bulls. Because here's the thing. If the Jazz indeed have to pick between Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert, they're picking Donovan Mitchell. Oh, that's not even a question, okay? And we know why. Donovan Mitchell is younger. He's the better player. He's their franchise player. They have built around him. Rudy Gobert, for all his defensive prowess, and he is a hell of a defensive player, he's fairly limited offensively and really doesn't do much, you know, on the offensive side of the ball. Now, why I bring up the Bulls is because the Bulls have an issue of their own that's kind of brewing. Again, I brought this up once. I'll bring it up again because I don't feel like it's getting enough attention. Is that the Bulls have a little bit of a mismatch with their front court. Lauri Markkanen and Wendell Carter Jr. don't quite fit like I would have expected them to. It's not a hand-in-glove fit. It's a little bit of an awkward fit because Wendell Carter Jr., and he's come out and literally said this, Wendell Carter Jr. is a power forward. That's what he played at Duke. That's what he's used to. That's what he's played the majority of his life. And because of the Bulls not having any better options until lately, I guess, they've had to play him at center. And because Lauri Markkanen plays the 4, they didn't want to move Lauri. Well, the problem is both these guys are 4s, power forwards. Neither one wants to play center. So something's got to give because neither one's going to be able to play the 3. And so you have to obviously start only one. Now, you could say, why don't you bring Wendell Carter Jr. off the bench? Well, I mean, here's the thing. He's supposed to be a big part of our future, and if he's going to come off the bench, I just don't know about that. And so, to me, this means that if this continues, the Bulls could possibly look to move one of them. And the same situation that I mentioned with the Jazz in picking between Gobert and Mitchell, I believe the Bulls would pick Lauri over Wendell if they had to pick one to keep and build around. Lauri Markkanen is the more talented player. He's got more potential. He's just a guy that I feel like has the higher ceiling than Wendell Carter Jr. I don't think Wendell Carter Jr. is going to be bad, and he's been fairly solid so far in his career. He's been injury prone. Both of the players have, and that's why, when one guy is hurt, the other guy, is able to play the four more. But now, take a look at the fact that Rudy Gobert, if you were to trade for him with a package around Wendell Carter Jr., you have a natural 5 at the center. Because Rudy Gobert is a center. Oh, there's no doubt about that. He is a rim protector, rebounder, shot blocking, traditional center. Like as traditional as it gets. So he'd play at the 5, and then you'd have Lauri at the 4. Okay, and that would be a better fit. Now, again, the roster for the Bulls is going to go through a lot of changes with the new front office. Arturos Karnisovas is literally going to reshape this entire roster. But I think this does make a little bit of sense here, because if the Bulls are hoping to get into contention sooner rather than later, yes, Rudy Gobert is obviously older than Wendell Carter Jr. He might not have as much potential, but he is the better player right now. There's no doubt about that. And he would make the Bulls a better team right now. Now, as far as contractually, this is actually fine as well, because Rudy Gobert is only under contract for 2 more seasons, this season and the next season. So Rudy Gobert, you trade for him, it doesn't work out. I mean, he becomes an expiring contract, and either you let him walk or you trade him, because expiring contracts are pretty valuable. So I don't see much risk there, because to me, like I said, it would make you a better team. Okay, maybe not long-term, but definitely in the short term, it would make you a better team. And if you're trying to fast-pace this rebuild into a retool, I mean, what better way than to get in the guys that are already established at this point and go ahead and do that. So contractually, you could literally move Otto Porter Jr. And like Wendell Carter Jr. for a Rudy Gobert and an Ed Davis, involve a couple of picks, and you can get the deal done right there. That actually works money-wise. But point being is, if the Bulls realize Lauri and Wendell can't fit together, it's not fitting. Like, I'm telling you, the same issue happened with Denver with Jusuf Nurkic and Nikola Jokic. That's why they had to move Nurkic. If the same issue happens, then I think it's worth entertaining the idea. Again, ultimately, do I think the Bulls will do it? Probably not. Maybe the rookie contract for Wendell is too good to pass up. Who knows? But I definitely think it is worth entertaining. So let me know what you guys think about this. Would you guys like Rudy Gobert on the Bulls for Wendell Carter Jr.? I believe this would make the Bulls a better team in the short term, but I would obviously want to see what other moves the Bulls make. But I don't hate it. I certainly would entertain the idea. I think it's worth a shot, okay? Obviously, a lot of things have to play, whether the Jazz actually want to trade Rudy Gobert. But hey, what's the harm in trying? Try it once. Let's see what happens. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below if you agree with me or disagree. As always, thanks for watching.